Here's an interesting one. You say that people need heroes, role models to strive to become. So one does not truly become oneself? Question mark.
No, you know what? I remember I used to go to this philosopher who was sort of an objectivist, and he became sort of a therapist for me, and someone who I would talk art with and plays, and he'd help me with interpreting things. And I was talking to him about how dissatisfied I was all the time. It's like as an artist, it's like you never seem to hit that stride. It's like an sort of endless ambition that never seems to get satisfied. And it was frustrating me at the time. And he pointed to a statue in the corner of his office of Mercury. And Mercury is, I don't know if you can see me, he's flying upwards and he's got one hand in front of the other like this. And he says, "See, Mark, this is where you are, and this is where your ideal is. And every time you do this, your ideal goes like that." And so once I saw that, that didn't diminish me, that dissatisfaction. It was actually my boundaries being pushed and growing and expanding and becoming bigger than I was previously. That's what heroism is to me. You're not becoming someone else. You emulate values that make you better, than a better version of you.
And there's no you that's static. That's you're in a constant. I mean, if you're active-minded, you're in a constant state of making who you are, right? As I think Anka has an essay. Anka Agate has an essay in the companion to Ayn Rand studies, and I think it's called the self-made soul, which is a concept that Ayn Rand talks about. You make your own soul. You make who you are. And a hero, having a role model, is what you're striving to become in one aspect of your life, in one dimension or in one way of your life. And yes, that might keep moving forward as you move towards it. But don't think of oneself as something static or something you're born with or something that's done. It's something you're constantly working on and improving and making better. That's what a life well lived means. That's what it is.
And maybe the person who says that, I could be speaking out of turn, but hasn't integrated those values. It's like they're adopting something foreign, and rather than digesting them and making his or her own decision about whether or not those values are correct and should be followed, they're somewhat disembodied right now. And that could make you feel like you're trying to be someone else because you haven't digested the ideas.
That's great.
And don't do that. Don't pretend to be something else, because you think it's the heroic or the objectivist way of doing things. Find out for yourself, if heroism is good. I've come to the conclusion that it is. Yep. It certainly makes me feel a lot better than the alternatives.